What's going on, beautiful kings and queens, gods and goddesses? Kimu JTD with you here today. And you know we got to start it off with the PLH. Peace, love, and happiness with you all day, every day. Now, today, I'm going to talk about something that most people don't really talk about because they don't really know how to talk about it, and that's colors. And along my journey, I had to realize that colors can evoke certain emotions, certain senses of being within our lives. And I had to learn that for myself, I had to surround myself with certain colors, or I had to attract certain colors throughout my day in order to get me on a higher frequency, a higher level, because you already know there's levels to this, and we just gotta keep raising up. But the one color that I want to start with today is red. Now, red, as you can see in my shirt, typically is usually associated with anger or alertness. And like, for example, when matadors are in a bullfight, they use a red cloak, and they say that the bull doesn't like red. Now, that is very false because bulls actually are colorblind to the color red. But we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how you can raise your frequency by changing your perception of red. And for me, my perception of red has elevated to a sense of security, a sense of stability, a sense of foundation. Let's think about what society uses red for. We got stop signs, we got tail lights, we got stoplights, and when you think about it, those things create a sense of security. If you're in traffic, or maybe traffic is flowing very well, and somebody puts on their brakes, you put on your brakes as a response to them putting on their brakes. And what color are those tail lights? They're red, because that is letting you know that I am safely proceeding. When they use stop signs, it's letting you know that we're trying to help you be safe in this intersection, letting you know that the intersecting road has the right of way, or maybe they don't, but maybe it's time to take turns. Same with stoplights. And I had to realize that, and another one, let's think of blood. Blood, so wonderful. Nothing happens for a reason. Blood is red, supposedly, we see it as red because of the reason that it gives us the foundation. It's used as a buffer for our survival. It's used as, we need blood. Without blood, we can't live. And that gives you that sense of security, that sense of safety, that sense of I'm alive because I have the foundation for my body to live. And even we could look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The bottom color, the foundational color of the pyramid is red, and in that pyramid is your security, your foundation, your safety. As long as you feel safe, as long as you feel like you're secure, as long as you're trusting in whatever circumstances or person it is, that's where that red comes in. So that's what I use red for. Whenever I see red, I see it as the universe giving me that affirmation that I am feeling secure, or maybe that the universe is trying to give me that message that you are safe, you are secure, you are grounded. And then once we use that color and elevate ourselves to the next level, which is going to be orange, we can can start feeling warm, because I know when I think about the color orange, I either think about the fall, when the leaves are going, when the plants are going dormant, so the leaves are becoming orange and yellow and red, and then we get fireplaces in the mix. Where when you think, when at least when I think about a fireplace, I think of a family or maybe an individual just sitting there chilling. Maybe you got some hot cocoa going, or maybe you're sitting there with the dog in a little reclining chair. But the atmosphere, the color of the atmosphere is always orange. Look at the fireplace, it's orange. It's a sense of belonging, it's a sense of warmth, it's a sense of coziness. At least for me. So when I'm trying to, if I'm in a mood where I'm feeling a little down, where I'm feeling like I'm in a space where I don't belong, or maybe I just need a little bit of spiritual nurturing, I use my carnelian pinpoint, which is orange, and I use that to give me that warm energy, give me that belonging energy, and I start to feel a whole lot better. I start to feel warm inside on a spiritual level, like my mom just gave me a hug or something, just because, or maybe I'm just wrapped up in a blanket. But whatever the case may be, that's the feeling that I get. So let's try to twist our whatever your meaning. If you never even thought about it, let's think about the colors that we use and see on everyday life and how the universe presents it to us. And then that's going to get us elevated to the next frequency, the next color, which is yellow, the visible color of one of my favorite friends, the sun. We already know what the sun does. It provides so much energy needed for us to survive as human beings on this mothership, needed for so much survival on, even for any living life form on this mothership, giving us the energy, giving us the happiness, giving us what we need, the motivation. I know I use yellow for motivation in my workspace. Right over there by my laptop where I do most of my work, I always keep my citrine pinpoint there. Why? Because I gotta get that motivated, that willpower energy into that atmosphere to keep me going, to keep me pushing along. Because when you're doing a lot of work, it's so easy to just take a step back. And I use yellow. I even wear yellow sometimes to give me that extra push, because I know if I'm carrying yellow, even if I'm chilling by myself, I'm out in I'm out in wherever, I can easily just look down, and when I see that yellow, I can feel that motivation. I can feel that energy even if the sun is not out. I can just vibrate on that frequency because of the fact I need that energy. I gotta get that energy. I gotta keep moving. I gotta stay pushing. I gotta trust the process. So that's what yellow means to me. That's how I manifested all types of prosperity, just by spiritually, just by pushing through, making sure that I'm doing what I gotta do. Shoot, there goes the sun shining right now. So beautiful. And then that beauty takes us up, up, up to the next color, which is green. Green is such an important color in the, especially in the physical world, because it is the bridge, it is the middle of not it is the middle color, not only for the chakras but also of the rainbow. And even if we look outside, at any point that we go outside, whether you in an urban community or you in a rural community, there's always the color green. Green means to me stability. And I'm sure it means the same to you, because a lot of people's favorite thing indirectly or directly, is money. Money is green. At least the US dollar is green for a certain reason. Nothing happens by mistake. There are no mistakes. The universe has given the color green to money to represent a sense of stability. Think about it. If you don't have enough money in your pocket, whether it be virtual money or physical money, you feel unstable. You feel uneasy. You feel like you feel agitated. Now, I know for me, I'm not the richest man on the planet financially, but for one thing, if I eat my leafy greens or I step out into nature, I know I'm gonna feel good because my friends are all around me. That green space is all around me. Even if I go into the city, I could just look down, I could look at the side of a building, and somewhere there is some plant growing. And that is survival. That's survival. Plants survive. Plants are able to survive anywhere as long as they got water and sun. Same for us. That green is it always resonates inside of us at any moment. That's why when we see money, we get a little happy because it, especially if we can claim it and supposedly call it ours, we feel a little bit more stable. I know when I find another dollar, whether it be one, whether it may be 20, I get a little happy because I feel I'm like, oh snap, I'm $5 richer. I'm $20 richer. Even if it was mine at some point, I forgot about that money. But anyway, definitely I use green for a sense of stability to even me out, not having me on, not teetering between extremes, just keeping me level at all emotions, at all my energies. And then once I grabbed that understanding of that, then I was able to elevate to the next levels. Because as I said before, there's levels to this, to the color blue. Now we see blue pretty much on an everyday basis, and I'm not talking about cars or anything like that. But if we look up in the sky, especially on a sunny day like today, you see blue, and it's really interesting how the color blue has been used because we don't even think about it, but it happens. When we make that call, when we send a text message, where does that go? It goes straight up to a cell tower. Well, in the sky, the color is blue. Blue gives a sense, blue gives energy for communication. Blue not only gives energy for communication, but helps manifest that creative communication for our sense of self, for who we are, for our authentic person, not even person, self. And I know for me, if I'm going to be speaking and I may be a little uncomfortable, may feel a little uneasy, I wear blue stones. I carry lapis with me. I carry my soda light. I carry my opal light. Carrying those stones gives me the energy from the universe so that I may dispel or transfer that energy through myself to someone else that best fits me. So whether it be writing, whether it be drawing, whether it be talking, blue helps me express my sense of self in my most creative way that I see fit at that moment in time. And then when I start elevating and communicating who I am, then I move on to the indigo frequency, that deeper blue frequency, in which now I'm getting real intuitive. I'm diving into nature on a more conscious level, asking questions, listening to my true self, and not this self that you see behind the camera. and I'm thinking, or maybe I'm just being, because being is the best way to be, of course. But using my higher instincts, using that intuition, using that gut feeling. Because if you didn't know, there's also neurons in our stomach. That's why they call it a gut feeling, because usually when people get this gut feeling, they get a little butterflies, or they get a little weird feeling in their stomach that's speaking to them about a certain situation. Some people are really intuitive. I know for me, deeper blues, I always clung towards them in my caterpillar phase earlier on in my journey, and I never knew why. But come to find out, after I began to wake up and form my cocoon, I realized that deeper blues or indigo has to do with my intuition. And I was a very intuitive child. I was always, number one, thinking deep, but also I always had this instinct, this inkling in my head that something might have been wrong, or something was about to go wrong, or anything of that nature. But I know if I didn't listen to my instincts, it always ended up bad, or it always ended up in a way that would frustrate me, or I would look back and be like, "Dag, I knew I was right. I knew I should have listened to myself." And just being in those type of situations was just like, dude, listen to your instincts. Listen to what your gut feeling is telling you. People say that all the time, but it's so easy for us not to follow our instincts, just because of the fact that what we see with our two eyes may look better. But when we see with our third eye, everything looks a whole lot clearer, because the clairvoyance is there. We are now using all of our senses, our higher sense, our sixth sense, to now see a better vision. And then when I was able to see better visions, I was able to elevate even higher, to the highest point on the visual light scale, on the visible light scale, all the way to purple. Purple being such a wonderful color, no, it is not a feminine color. It's actually pretty masculine, but society has twisted that around, of course. But purple is such a wonderful color, especially deep purple. The deeper it is, the deeper the meaning, of course, because we always want to be diving deep and getting more positive in society. But purple being the color for divine unity, wisdom, when you think about the uses of purple, and one that I can think of right now, an example, is the movie Black Panther. Now, if you didn't see it, sorry to ruin it for you, but I'm not ruining too much. But the Black Panther, his when he got hit, or even vibranium, even when we look at vibranium, it resonates with purple. When we look at the ancestral realms in that movie, it's a purple atmosphere. And that's not by mistake. As already said, sure, for the third time, nothing is by mistake. But purple gives that sense of wisdom, that sense of divine unity. And when I saw that, I was like, that's dope, because kings, especially in Africa, they wore purple garb, and purple always represented that wisdom. Like, if you were a king, you were known to be wise. If you were a king, you were, especially in ancient African times, you were the liaison between the universe and the people. And that wisdom a lot was a sense of the universe tapping into you to dispel to others. And it was such a wonderful thing, and that's what I now have to use purple for. I gotta give me some more purple clothes, but that is besides the point. So let's get on those higher. Let's change the way that we see colors, or let's think about even more how those colors make us feel, how we can use these colors to our advantage, how we can resonate, how we can vibrate on these different frequencies. Because I don't know if you caught it, but I definitely gave you all the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, if you ain't get it. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. But yeah, but don't just take my word for it. You need to experience this yourself, because this is your journey. I'm going on mine. You're going on yours. And when you find out how you can use colors to manifest certain energies in your life, then we could all have a PLH party. We be all be jigging, and then we could close it out with the PLH, peace, love, and happiness with you all day, every day. You already know, Kimu JTD with you all day, every day, even when I'm not on the camera. Peace.